now it just goes live. Okay, sure, whatever. Alright, I love when that happens. That's so fun. Cool. Jesus. 3 restarts of OBS later in an attempt after finally signing back into my Gmail. We're finally live. That's been a fun time. Jesus. Alright. That's done. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Alright, we're back to normal, I guess. I don't know. Copy this. Oops. Alright, there we go. That's posted, that's good. We should be good there. Everything should be good. Jesus. What a start to this whole day. First stream. Boom. Okay, we should be good. Hopefully no more issues happen. I still have the right familiars on, right? Item drop rate? Yes, sirree. Alright, Arcarium, let's go beat you up. See what happens.
Ready to throw your life away.
Oh, my animation's on. Let's turn those bad boys back on. Settings, effects, back to full. We're not bossing right now. Somehow doubtful that I got a medal. I did not. Would have guessed. Alright, that's done. Let's go kill ourselves a Golix now. Man, what a start to this stream today. Goal trying to disable my stream account. Just to have me log back in and act like nothing happened. And I'm just like, but why? What was the point of this? It's like I just got caught up in like a bot bandwave or some random other shenaniganry and just like, it is what it is. Reinforced belt, huh? Not very useful. I need to message Billy and see. Because we do, in fact, need to do Black Mage at some point. Alright, so tomorrow should be our Black Mage kill then. If all goes according to plan. Am I done my symbols on this character? I am done my symbols. Wow, what a feeling. You know, I don't really care to do these on this character anymore. Moonbridge, Labyrinth, Limina. Get rid of those. We can go to this. And we can also boop, boop, boop. Save. Holy, a CS Stell. I love how every CS Stell looks identical for the most part. All these Lobby ones just have the like cosmetics from the past. Octopus grind is going to begin again this week. Also, it's interesting to me that the Masiru's and the Guild buff do not expire when you're logged out, but other buffs do. Why do some get that restriction of not being expirable and then others do? Or like timeout while you're offline. Oh, I don't have pop-up chat. Let me pop up the chat here. You know something was weird. Sometimes I turn off pop-out chat because it can be annoying if I'm looking at stuff on the second monitor. Hey, 260 mobs. Should be 270. And 300. To the next thing. This is another CS though. No, it's an actual Ice Lightning, just wearing the Ice Lightning outfit. Very thematic. They're like, I'm an Ice Lightning mage, let me buy the Ice Lightning set. Absolab 18 weapon. Deimos Sage Shield, some Arcane Umbras. Quite a few Arcane Umbras. I'm looking on the weapon then. I have 3 pieces but no weapon yet. Pretty unlucky. But they're also not done their symbols yet, so still a work in progress there. Chaos Horntail, ooh, okay, okay. I always find it weird that all the heroes' buffs override each other. I also hate the fact that they pop up in another row entirely. For some reason when they get buffed down there, it's like, it shouldn't be down there in my opinion, but I'm not the one in charge of coding these things, obviously. But if I was ever on a design team for this game, I'd be like, yo, why is this pop-up down here? Like, it should be classified as something different in the other buff areas. I don't even know what that buff, like, what buff section it pops up into. Because these are, like, personal buffs. I honestly don't really understand the difference in things. Because, like, wing skills are down here. These are, like, what, class buffs that you're just applying through your own class, I guess? This is, like, outside source buffs. So, like, wing skills and all that. And then down here is, like, item buffs and consumables. Yeah, I guess the more I say it, the more that makes sense of how they display the buffs. And then the bottom one would be They'll like, hey, yeah, these are buffs from other classes, and usually they're temporary, but that one's a 40-minute buff, so it'll appear here forever. The more I say that, the more it makes sense. Doesn't mean I'm happy about making sense out of it, just it is what it is. Yep, I sold one of the things I wasn't supposed to sell. Good thing I can buy it back. I realized. Though with that many reinforced, I'm not really worried about booming them all, but you never know. Oh, I have XP vouchers on this character that I didn't send over. To the storage room! To the XP vouchers! Boom, boom. Problem solved. Okay. But also help if I actually turn in the dailies, because those are kind of important to do. Oh, bonus symbols for this character. Here we go. Daily gifts them 2x coupons. It's very annoying that if you click on it and then click out of it, like it just disappears it from there. Like I wish it would stay there until you did something with it. Like I've acknowledged it, but I don't want it on this character per se. Now I gotta go like this and get to the daily gift. Where the heck is daily gift? There's daily gift. Storage room usage. Put in the 2x XP. Probably not going to use them, but you never know. I got 2 silver stamps. Also, why are those untradeable? That is such a scam thing. That is really scum. Okay, well, that character's done. Log into the Kinesis and get this stuff going. And the art bots sometimes are just like straight up like, hey, yeah, I'm an art bot and I'm not even gonna try to hide it. Here you go, bud. It always makes me chuckle, honestly. Some of them try a little bit harder. This one, just straight up being like, I'm gonna add you on Discord. Like, nobody adds people on Discord. For the most, like, it's... There's been a few cases in my life where somebody actually wants to add me on Discord. But I can count it on one hand. So, like, it's just not what you do. Alright, Golux. Salmon eggs. What a name. Always makes me curious why somebody picks certain names. You know, like, for me it's pretty obvious. I just have the name Rin Rin. So everything's kind of just associated with that at this point. But for other people, like this guy's salmon eggs. Do you like salmon eggs? Was it a funny joke at the time and then you stuck with it? What caused the name? I'm always curious about that. Randomly have a singular hard cube on this character. Let's go slap that into the bank. Did I buy the tickets for the week? Let me see something here. It's up to 7. No. That means I did not buy the stuff for the week. Let's do the daily feast prep, coins should... No, I did buy them. I just didn't put them into the bank for my other character, I see. I remember I had a plan for the 17 star, now I don't know what I was going to do with it. Participate in this. Only missed the 1 day still so far. Turn that on. Should have turned it on earlier, but it is what it is. 18, I think I need 20 for either one of these. Yeah, it's 20, 20. And then here is at 24. What do I want to do with this? Because I need one in Arcane Power. I need to look at something for Black Mage. Power Force for Black Mage Maplestory. Arcane Force. Arcane Force, Star Force. Uh, du- 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 du. If you can get it. Du- 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 du. Du- 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 du. It is quite a bit of damage. It seems to be 10% fall damage, but then I'm losing. Hmm. Getting 1455 Arcane Force for Black Mage Maplestory. Wonder if I get a better response or a better option here of things if I go look at the discords. Arcane Force. Uh, do, 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 do. Yeah, I can't really see anything on this. I wonder if people do it or if it's not worth it. Oh, okay. This is quite the detailed post about Black Mage. Wee. I'm just gonna put the point and we'll do this. That's simple enough. Let's get this upgraded. Okay, that's good, that's good. Got these tickets too. Oh, we're still in the Kinesis. Let us start the dailies on this one. And first, let's go check out Commercy. You never know, maybe somebody's at Commercy. I do still want to hit my 1,000 gold before 5, 10, 15, which I don't know if it's even possible anymore. Probably should de-summon the summons. There's nobody here. Okay, well, let's do normal Commercy while we're waiting. Whoops. Can't do that while in a party. Yay. The only content that doesn't just auto-disable your party when you, like, try to enter it is like, oh, you're in a party? You're trying to enter this? I'll just kick you out of the party. It's fine, dude. We got you covered. Only content that doesn't do that for some reason. It's very annoying. Well, I say it's annoying, but it's just, like, inconvenient at best. Okay, well. Also, I love how it says you've entered an area optimized for party play. What party play, game? What party play? 50% increased XP. I don't actually know how that works out. Because when you're in a party, it like splits up the XP between you and your party members and the mesos and all that. But I don't know how much it is like a split. Does it split evenly 50-50? So then you would be gaining like 100% XP? Doubtful. It'd be 50%, so I doubt it would be like... I don't know how they would do the calculations for that, to be honest. Because this is probably just a 50% more multiplier, like the normal XP things down here. Additional XP, I'd assume, is what it'd be considered as. But then if you're splitting the base like 50-50, that cuts into your XP significantly. Because then you have a smaller base to multiply in the first place. No idea how that works. I don't think I've ever seen people party play outside of like pre-Bake Bang, and even then, like, it was just leeching essentially. You'd get a bishop, they'd cast Holy Symbol on you, they'd sit on a rope ladder, and you would kill the entire map for them. And they would level up, and all they would do is cast Holy Symbol for you. Not exactly the most interactive gameplay, to say the least. Doing some Mark Knight dailies on the side. Another plane flying low to the ground. I wonder what changed to make so many planes fly so close to the ground now, around where I live. Because it's been, like, pretty constant. And it was not like this, like, even 2 months ago. Not like there's a ton of planes, but it's just weird that it keeps happening. I don't really have a good reason for it, because I can't think of anything that would have changed. At least nothing immediately comes to mind. Also, apparently there was an earthquake today. I didn't really feel it, to be honest. And I was on this big, like, yap session, and then all of a sudden I'll just go dead silent, because I'm like, what to talk about now? Alright, that's the Arknoid stuff done for now. Still doing Commercy. Okay, how many coins am I up to? 699. Definitely not the fastest content in the world for doing a bunch of stuff. Alright. 3 more runs to go. Then after this, we go back into the other one. We look for somebody. Hello, random person who is 179 mil combat power. The RNG of some people, right? Like this guy's rocking 18 chest and pants because he has a 22 shoulder. 22 Dreamy Belt in his drop gear. 15-star Dawn Guardian Angel Ring. Interesting. I'm always surprised that people don't 17-star some of their drop gear if they can. Like, this guy definitely could have 17-star his drop gear at this point. But, you know. Damn. This guy just leveled up his Garcian. Man, I wonder how garbage the skill is that he hasn't touched this at all for upgrading. Alright, the final voyage for the normal voyages. 20 meso, 15 item drop, 7% damage, normal monsters. I think that's the highest rolls and everything. I'm not sure about that, honestly. The rest up is in there. Hyper stats, I should say. He's in his drop gear, so we assumed he's farming. His gear is just a little bit better than my farm gear, to say the least. Okay, and with that we are done that. Let's go to the Merchant Trade Union and see if there's a body. Well, at least we're in channel 1, so that's not a good sign. Create a party, CPQ. Recruit. Oh, CPQ. I went to search, not this. Oh, Darkness Chaser. Wow, that looks like a pair of glasses almost. That's interesting. Bit of Absolab, 261. 33 mil. 29, 28. That's a broccoli head. That's a broccoli hat. Okay. 37, 200, 54, 38. 157, 136. 209 mil. If we get to 5 p.m. and we haven't found a person, we'll go do something else. And we'll just probably skip this for the day. I need to check something actually. Maplestory news. There's a couple things I want to check. Maplestory news. Okay, so I want the patch notes. And I want to see the Escape the Haunted Mansion thing. Because I need to look at the Sunny Sunday. So this Sunny Sunday coming up this weekend on the 26th is going to be 30% off and XP. Okay, so it's an XP weekend, which is really nice. And then next week's, the 2nd, is the one that I need. Okay. How did I use a potion and not end up at full HP? Oh, because I timed it perfectly when I got decent combat orders refreshed. Oh, that's wild. Oh, this place doesn't count as a town. I just realized. Interesting. You're 6 million combat power. What do you mean you can't kill Vellum? Zerk mine, total command yours. Man knows what he needs. Ah. I was like, where is the rest of his things? Because, like, clearly he's got an outfit on. But yeah. No, I've been moved to the 2nd page. It's party formed and create another party to move myself back up. Oops. CPQ. Smile? Let's see if I get somebody. 7 more minutes before I give up for the day. So it's probably best to always do this at reset. But oops. That's not what I want to do. Oh, I also want to check the haunted house thing. So you get this mask, you get the ghost, you get these masks, you get the Halloween background if you do it 5 times, and the pumpkin skin. Honestly, I don't really care to do this Halloween event. Just not that interested in it. Will I find another body for a nice little Mercy Party quest? Technically we need 2, but once you find one, usually the other one pops up pretty quickly and you're happy. Just getting that first one that's a problem. How many more check-ins do I have? So I currently have 10 points left, and we're gonna have 20. So we have 45 points in total. Yeah, because this is 5, 10, and it's 25 per week, and we already have 10, so that's 45 points. What am I gonna level up with 45 points? So we'll be able to get this up to 5. And this, and then we have 5 points left over. And then up here, I guess I just get XP to 5. Which will leave me with 25 points, and I guess I just get attack and magic attack up. I guess I could get some buff. Well, buff duration really doesn't do anything for me, though. Career rate doesn't do anything. I guess I could just get some sacred power to help with farming. I don't know. Don't really have anything. Unfortunately, not looking good for the Commercy today. Do I want to do Monster Park Extremes today? Well, tomorrow I plan on doing the Black Mage. But the XP is not really going to change anything. I could do High Mountain and other thing. Angler Company. Holy moly, I blanked on that name for a while there. Oh shit, there's a human being! They're already in a party. Hello, random person. Joyous Joy. It's a Lyn. A very strong Lyn compared to me, Jesus. If I refresh, where are we? We're on the second page again, aren't we? Wait, no, we're not. We're here. As long as we're on the first page, it's fine. So when you get put to the second page, that it's not a good time. At least in my experience with this content. I imagine for other content doesn't matter as much. But that is the thing. Okay, there, like, how many 30 mils do you need? Okay, 9 mil, 8 mil, 16 mil. Okay, so he's just carrying some boys. I see how it is. So it's like, yo, if you guys are all 30 mil doing Hard Damien, like, you don't need that many bodies. Let's see something. One out of 179 online. Not the most active of guilds, I'm coming to realize here. Highest level in the guild. Me. Died with G2 delusion. I see. I'll save you potentially. I really wish you could just do this content with like 2 men even. Oops. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever gonna fix this. Because, like, there's nowhere on the screen that talks about the boat. We can't upgrade our boat. And as far as I'm aware, there's no other way to pop it up. I don't know if there's, like, some other way to pop it up that nobody knows about. Oh, this pops up an actual web page. Wow. Holy, there's a human being. We did it! We found a human! Now we trap them in gold way. Wow, that's very unfortunate that the roll's so good for your Arcane Umbra on that weapon. He already has a 20... Never mind, screw this guy. Man has 122 on the character. A singular 22. You want to know what it is? Is berserked. What a baller. I don't even have words because it's just like, okay. Has a single 22? Eh, just 22's the important stuff, you know, like the berserked. It's an alt, easy pitched. We moved forward for about half a centimeter, and then the game was like, alright, well. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, those are definitely sirens. Hunter's Way. Hey, we get to dodge. It cannot possibly be a triple go away. I call this a win. I don't see the origin too much on the boat. This class is super chill while doing commercies compared to many of my other classes. Everybody else has got to be active. This one is just like, well, we put down an AoE and then we call it a day. Well. It's another gold way for the day. Let's go. 725 commercy dineros. So like 300, we're a bit under 300 needed for my 1,000 gold that I wanted for 4 dupes. Which again, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make use of, because I don't know how much gold I'm going to have, or mesos I'm going to have in total. Per character and such. We missed a couple weeks of raiding and stuff, so that's not ideal. Meso funds have been limited severely due to that. Da-da-da-da-da, we're existing. Wait, what? Habbo Hotel Origins is now available on Steam. I thought that game went down because it was like... Is this not... I thought this game got deleted. Controversy. Yeah, what happened with this? Alright, well I guess they like somehow were able to come back from the controversy. Or that being big. Like, it's been a bit now. Probably at least like 4 or 5 years since that happened. Their whole controversy. I don't know, any of those games targeted at like kids, so like Roblox and stuff, there has been a lot of sketchy stuff that happens on those. I love how we're all jumping like we're gonna flash jump to this portal. Everybody does it. None of us ever stop. We're all like, jump to the portal! My drop right now. 283%. Why am I slightly higher? Skills, Legion artifact, familiar, equipment, ability. Confused by that, to be honest. I thought I was 273 with all my stuff. How much does my holy symbol give? Aha. 21%. Yeah, no, I don't know then. How much damage do you do? Yeah. Sadly, those summon skills are just going to be useless for the rest of their lives in terms of actually clearing stuff. Looks really cool to have Lucid around. Bad she's completely useless. Makes me a bit sad. Boop, 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 boop. I don't have the correct link skills on this character right now. Yeah, that probably means I don't have the right Legion set up for this stuff too, don't I? I got the right Legion, okay. Da, 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 da. Alright, Odium's done. The blooming spring where I get the butterflies. And I see another Sia Estelle. Using a different Mog and also a really weird animation they're doing right here. It's a Ho Young. They transferred over the Sia Estelle hair to their Ho Young. Well played, well played. You got me good with that one, okay? Not expected at all. I still can't believe, like, I don't know, the Sia Estelle hair is not that great looking, I find. It's actually pretty decent, though. There's the great outplay there, because I was like, what animation is this Sia doing that makes him jump like that? I was like, it didn't look right. And I was like, it looks like a Ho Young, but wrong hair. Surprise, curveball, we had one cash shop transfer for free hair, and I used it. This guy used it on a Sia Estelle. Whee! Been not so lucky with the drops right now on these characters. Not a single fragment, nor much Urda, or even that many cards. Not a good day for drops so far. Game's punishing me for doing something else, you know? It knows when you've played the game or not. Alright, well that's done. Let's go back to town. Turn these bad boys in. Boom. No extra symbols for this character, thank you. Let's see, are we close to leveling up any symbols yet? Not even close. Yeah, I know we're very far off from everything because we just upgraded the Arcus one, so it is what it is. Is there anything in here of worth? Not really. Random overdrive ring. It's a ring I don't have 3 of, though. Random Kronos treasure I didn't put in the stack. Okay. Let's sell some of this stuff to just clear up some inventory. Boom, 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 boom. It's not much meso, but it is some extra meso for doing this, so. Alright. The rest of the stuff is stuff that we just have to drop. And there we go, that's all done. So I have a critical damage ring, a totaling ring. Oh, this is supposed to go over here. Our continuous ring 3s that we have a dupe of. We have 2 continuous ring 3s, unfortunately. Risk Taker, Ultimatum, Weapon Jump. We don't have any of the good. We don't have Ring Air Strength level 3, so we can't even do a weapon ring swap any shenanigans. Can't really do much with all this stuff. Just kinda there. Okay, well that's pretty much everything we want to do on this character for now. Let's swap over to this. Start off with an Ursus here on this character, get that out of the way. Very simple 10% to do, and then you just go delete him. Oh yeah, that reminds me I need to do this real quick. Give me a second here, creator dashboard. Stream manager. That's good. Give that one back, that's good. We didn't do that, we didn't do that, we didn't do this. And we completed that. Okay. Jobs is done. Oops, wrong menu to get to Ursus. And before we go in, let's just make sure. Wait, that's not it. Do want to move that over. I can't wait to get rid of these items, okay? They just annoy me now that they're in my inventory. I don't understand why you're not allowed to just remove them. Like, at least let me do something to get rid of the items. Like, I get it, the Challenger World gear. Like, probably some people have deleted it by accident. Whatever. I'm in my boss gear, aren't I? Yep. I was like, I did way too much. Why am I at 100 mil combat power? Why does this increase my combat power with this muscle memory, but the Hexa muscle memory does increase my combat power? I'm so confused by that. Because we're going to go out here, and I'm going to be down to like 70 mil. Yeah, 72 mil. Why does the original muscle memory increase my combat power, but not the new one? Why does it increase my combat power in the first place? Can't really explain that. It shouldn't do that, but here we are. In the wild, wild west of Maplestory balancing problems. I got nommed. Is it a good nom, a bad nom? It's a bad nom. No, I wasn't able to get hit by it. Wow, that was some delayed damage. What was that hitbox game, huh? Right, and then we get the third one. And we will be complete with our Ursus for the day. Joy. Oh. Literally, if you try to change your equipment on this map, it doesn't let you. Interesting. I'm a hay bale! Oh no! I don't even know what turns you into a hay bale. Okay, that's the third one. Yep. Alright, we're done there. Make sure to accept these. Let's make sure to accept these. Kronos slash claim. Okay. Let's see, where is which one? Solar to fragments, advanced XP vouchers, and solar to. Great. So begins another week of these little miserable guys. Let's do this, and then we want to pop on. Where is it? Right here. This in place of that. Grab that storage room. Let's grab. Those away. Nope, that's not what we want to grab. We want to grab this. We want to grab that. We want to grab these. And that. Let's organize the items so that the other thing appears at the top up here. Yeah. It's good. Let's grab that. Put this over here. Put these over here. Block these. Legion Luckers will move down there. Be using those shortly tomorrow. Legion Luck Shop. Ooh. Ooh. I am running out of these small XP pots. I'm gonna have to make more of these soon. Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done? At least I can equip it like that easily. Okay, inner, we'll drop this one. This gonna go to this. 38 mil, we got the drop rate. This should be 355 now. For some reason, this. What? Weird. Alright, let's see if Arcarium gives me another Dominator. Always in need of infinite Dominators, it feels like, so never complain when I do get one. Okay, that's done. Let's go to Golux. And we're on the wrong lane skills, I just realized, because my off burst actually works. Good thing I noticed that before starting the farm. Yay. We get a reinforced steering. Nothing too major. Some more fodder for the trash, pretty much. That's done. And then from here, I think we just get to go kill mobs, yeah. Seems about right. Let's turn on the lightning, have an easier time there. Oh, I haven't done my... Let me go do the Corsair stuff first. Before I start grinding. Auto harvest still going. Okay, good. That's good. That's good. Oh, I didn't buy the tickets yet. Wait, does that mean I'm gonna have to move this chat window again? Yes. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. I bought 7 apparently. Well, whatever. We just remember for tomorrow that we have 7 of these, and we just only buy 5. Whee! Did I change myself to the correct inner in this character? Yes. Yes, I did. At least now I should be doing, yeah. Just a bit more damage, 30% file damage for free. It's pretty nice. Oh yeah, I don't have these guys out. I was like, why am I leaving them on the black bar and I wasn't leaving them on the black bar before? Easy solution. So 260 or 227 for sure today. Really, we didn't hit the bottom ones. Ended up targeting some of the higher up ones instead. Where do the bounces go? Nobody knows. How they leave with mobs with such low HP? Nobody knows also, because it one-shots every other time. So, I don't understand that sometimes, but it is what it is. Bop, 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 bop. All of the mobs are dead. We did it. Me acting like Monster Park is some achievement to complete. Sadly, it's going to be hard to level up this character soon. Because we're about to run out of the ability to do these on Lobies, because we're going to be using them on the high level characters, because they're going to be upgraded to... I can't remember if it's 275 or 280 is the max level for new Monster Parks. That's going to be something. Really sad they actually fixed that skill to make it not have any server lag problems anymore. Which, like, why are there skills that even have server lag issues if you can just fix them? Like, it's so weird to me that that exists as, like Fatal being client side and stuff for, like, server lag related and things like that. It's like, but you have the ability to fix all these things. Like, why haven't you done that? I guess that they've been in the game for so long that they're a feature at this point, but it's still just weird to me that you never fixed it as a game company. When you clearly have the ability to. But, like, I'd understand if there was like, oh, we literally can't fix this because technical limitations or something, you know, like, we're not capable, but you guys just proved that you can do it easily. Or at least have the ability to do it, so it's just like, why not? What's stopping you? The Nautilus has arrived. Weird to say that, and then my mind thinks of, like, many different things than the actual Nautilus in this game. Like the League hero. I wonder what level I'm going to get to off of this. I don't mean by today, but I mean by the end of the event. I think I've done quite a bit of headway, honestly. Give me a second. Somebody's revving their engine. And it sounds really weird. Of course, as soon as I go look out the window to see what the hell is going on, instantly it stops. Sure, sure. Boop. Oh, come on. The hitbox was so close to hitting that thing, and then it's just like, nah, I'm good. Boop, boop, boop. This guy's dead. Another one dead, another one dead, and we are leveled up to 27. 3 more runs to go. Seems to be about a level a day. But I don't know if that's going to keep up per se or speed up, because there's certain XP breakpoints that are like way better for Monster Park than others. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. Don't really want to start dailies on this character until it unlocks all the zones, but that takes a while. And I'm probably not gonna, I'm probably gonna run into Star Force issues before then. Which is very annoying. Also, for some reason, these mobs are Less tanky than the previous mobs. I've never really understood that, but it happens often enough that I'm just confused by it. Like, for some reason, these are less likely to survive my hit than the previous set of mobs. Which, like, again, I can't really understand. Alright, that one's done. And what do we have? 2 runs or 1 run? 2 more runs to go. At least this map is way better than the Lackland map. Holy, the Lacklands suck for monster perks. Whoops. Eating myself off the edge of the map there. Not what you want to do. Here's some of the pirate boys. Huh. Is this somehow I'm not critting or something? Like, am I missing crit rate? No, I'm at 142%. Like, I really do not need crit rate. What the heck? Wait, why do I have so much? Equipment item 20%. Where the heck am I getting crit rate? Oh. Well, it still doesn't explain why I'm getting 8% more crit. Oh. Okay. Random items that give crit rate because they're bound or they're locked items. Yeah, makes sense. How will this bounce? Way better than I expected. I thought I was going to get stuck on the bottom floor. And just at least it would kill the bottom floor mobs, but it bounced all the way to the top still while clearing the bottom floor. So, well played, little bouncy bullet. Did this remake to Corsair that happened when they remade all the explorers? It feels so nice to play. Definitely still need to redo my keybinds for this class and need to set up all the stuff, but stuff just feels smoother, I don't know how else to put it. I like everything just feels better overall. Well. Tried to press T in time to rope lift up. Wasn't quite fast enough. Okay, we can't let one live like that. The fact that these guys are almost one-shotting mobs, though, as summons is kind of wild. So apparently not eating fruits other than mangoes and kiwis might be unhealthy. Like, if there's one thing I've learned about the human body and living, is that eating too much of one thing and not diversifying is actually really bad for you. Kinda, our human body doesn't like that. Who would have guessed? Didn't we already go over this though, VVB? I thought we already learned this lesson. What happened for round 2 to pop up? Also, how you doing, VVB? I'd buy other shit too, but too expensive. I guess mangoes must be pretty plentiful around where you live somehow, or like cheap to import, because I feel like mangoes would not be the thing I would expect to be cheap. God knows what is cheap around where you live. My hyper teleport rock is gone. Alright, let's buy one of those. Kilo of pears is 50 dirhams. Versus how much like kiwis and mangoes are. I quite like pears. Kiwi is 23, okay, so literally less than half price even. And then a mango is 10 dirham per mango. Yeah, I guess it depends on the size of the mango, because I don't know how much that's going to translate to food-wise, you know, like... But 5 mangoes is quite a bit of mango. Even if they're not the, like, super massive mangoes in any way. Just pick the biggest mango always, obviously, but I mean, like... Still. That's still quite a bit of mango. Equivalent to how much pear you're gonna get, so yeah, it makes sense that you're always buying those two. But there's really no other fruits that are cheap. Pomegranate's like 3 dirham per kilo, but I don't like eating it. Ah, yeah. There is something else cheap, but you just don't like it, which... Unfortunately is how the humans are. Pomegranate juice is peak, but the fruit itself not so peak. He likes to drink the juice, not so much eat the fruit. But the fruit sucks definitely needs a rework. If only you could rework the fruit, you know? We need to buff some fruit, nerf some other fruit. Actually, there would never be nerfs to fruit. Let's be real, if you could actually buff fruits, like it's a video game, I don't think anybody would ever nerf them. Banana got buffed. Man, I don't know why I'm so, like, sleepy today. I've slept well in the past few days, but apparently something is not right with my sleep schedule, or not right with the sleep anyways. I can't think of eating a fruit that I didn't like. Or a vegetable. Yeah, they've done some pretty crazy stuff. I think I heard about that one because, like... I was reading about, not necessarily the bananas, but the company behind the bananas. And what they did and, like, the crazy stuff that's gone on with that company. But, like, yeah, they've definitely done some pretty insane stuff with fruits and vegetables and the likes. The other one's called Gros Michel. It had big seeds and almost no flesh, and the seeds were sour. Yeah, that's not the banana you know and love nowadays, or not. Maybe not necessarily love, but it's definitely not the banana of this day and age, to say the least. That has definitely been swip-swapped. And it was forced to extinction and replaced with Cavendish or current bananas. Yeah, you can see why they replaced it, you know? Easier to grow and also makes more bananas. What more could you ask from your banana trees? Believe it or not, I don't like bananas. I don't mind them. It's not something I'll go out of my way to eat. But like if somebody had bananas and they're like, you want one? I'm not gonna say no. You know, I don't hate them, but I don't necessarily like go out of my way to get a banana type of thing. Even though I am a monkey. Uh-huh. Yep. He said it there first. Oh yeah, VVB, have you ever played RuneScape? I'm curious about this. Okay, where are you going with this? She's a blonde. Like, where? How does this go with Frieza? I'm curious where this leads to. Oh, on RuneScape? Okay. You've played it though, at least. I was curious about that. Put this down. Go over here. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Anti everything but herself, himself. Anti anything that wasn't Frieza, yeah. What about it? I'm looking why blindly. That's why you don't look at the voice actors and expect them to look at all like the voice they were doing. Okay? If you look at a voice actor and then look at the characters they're voicing, they're never gonna look like it's not gonna be good. By the way, holy moly is Waleed easy to like just make clips out of. That man's a walking clip factory. Kid from Fairly Odd Parents shares the same voice actor as Frieza, by the way. Yeah, it's kind of crazy the roles that sort of like you really see how far voice actors get to go with their voice. When you look at all the stuff they've done, you're like, wait, they've done all these characters. Like, that's kind of crazy. I don't know many, like, I don't actually know many voice actors. I never really look into it. But the few times I've looked into one just to see, like, oh, what did you do? It always amazes me, like, the absolute insanity of just looking at the entire list and being like, wow, you've really gotten around. Racist space Nazi, and a kid with fairies that grant him wishes. Not wrong sentences, just not how you would lead into them usually. Did I finally hit, whatchamacallit? 14 on this thing, or do I need, nope, need another level on it. Okay. Level that bad boy up. We're now 14. Well, you know, I had a little hope in this guy, and then that's quickly being extinguished. At least I know for a fact that poor Ray's voice actor has the most fucked up casting as always. Isn't that just what the role she ends up in at this point? Like, she's done like every character that just gets absolutely obliterated and just has a miserable time, always. Like, she has to actively be looking for those roles. I refuse to believe that she just like happenstances into always like, oh yeah, the character that's gonna have an absolute miserable time and just be like, just a sad state of existence. Yeah, she's always that role by chance. What's her new role in the sad life category? Or are you just talking about her previous stuff? She actually had an unsaddening period. The world was righting itself. The sad were becoming happy. And then, like, the next role was just absolutely despaired. Oh, she played the Ranma girl. Oh. Wait, that's pretty old, though. Unless... Wait, did that get remade? The new Ranma 1.5. Yeah, I haven't actually watched that or seen anything of that. I should check it out. Just to see what it looks like. I'm curious. I wonder, like, what's the difference between the new one and the old one? Like, what do they do differently? Just a revamp of the anime with fresh, like, looks? Or is it what happened? I assume they must have updated some of the stuff, though, because that, like, that manga is... got some age to it. I can't imagine the dialogue is, like, very up-to-date and current. Basically modernized it while keeping the old aesthetic. Interesting. New Ranma 1.5. The old anime bangs that you see literally everywhere. Methinks autocorrect had a fun little moment there and was not exactly what you were intending to type. I just have a hunch. I might be wrong about this, but I just have a hunch. Like hair bangs. Yo, what is that emote? Crunchyroll. Is that like their avatar for Crunchyroll or something? I'm be real, I wouldn't know what the avatar of Crunchyroll is. Ray and Rem. So close a name you could mistake that the voice actor would be the same for both of them. But alas, no. Also, wild thing to talk about, but like, what happened to Magical animes? How do we go from like Sailor Moon stuff to Depresso Expresso? Like every single Magical Girl anime is just absolutely like those girls die in the most gruesome ways. The way she spoke from Rem and RE0 and Jean. In Vanitas is how she speaks normally. That's kind of wild. You don't really hear that too often where like, yeah, they just use your natural speaking voice and we're like, yep, that's what the character's going to sound like. And you're like, what? What do you mean that's how I'm going to sound? Like, low-key depressing. Unfortunate. With a fish resting face. Uh-huh. Yep. For sure, it's called a fish resting face, not something else. Nope, nope. What do you mean they're trying to say it's something else that they call it by? No, 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 no. It's a fish resting face. Clearly. You are trying to be mean to the people. Oh, great success. We're going to level 6 right away. Okay, okay. Oh, my pets are hungry. Okay, you're leveled up. Let's get one of these guys in. You found the Jatara hat, by the way? What do you mean by that? You might be stingy on food, but you're buying that shit? Okay, bud. Yeah, because that's definitely something you're just gonna wear in public and be like, yep, this is my hat now. It's a cool hat. How much does said hat cost is the real question in all of this. Just because it's cool doesn't change the fact that how much does it cost VVB? Costs 9 USD. Well, that's pretty cheap, honestly. That's like extremely cheap, all things considered. Let me check out this hat in a second here. Just gotta do this, and then put this down. I want to bet that that hat's going to be absolutely miserable to actually wear, because for $9 I can't expect much quality, especially from AliExpress. Sadly, AliExpress is not known for its quality goods. Sometimes you come out with a good bargain. It's actually decent. Most of the time it's a disaster. Yeah, I looked at it. It looks cool. I don't really wear hats. It's normally 43 USD. What the fuck? Selling it for $9 when it's usually 43 USD. Yes, that? It's quite the large discount. Seems a little sus to me, but maybe it's just me. You do want a white turtleneck too. Online shopping. Laptop thinking. Or what is this? Emote actually. It doesn't even give me a pop-up for what it's supposed to be. I guess it's like thinking, yapping. And then fire. Infinite doorways, infinite potential. And as the good old song goes, we all know what it leads to. The internet is for porn. Honestly, with how often they try to ban that type of stuff off the internet and like do all these restrictions and the credit card companies and all that, you'd think it is literally just used for that. With how against they are of that stuff. Feels like every couple months they're like, oh, they're trying a new thing to ban porn, and you're just like, okay. Didn't work the other like 600 times you guys have tried this, so what's different about this attempt? Half the stuff you own is from AliExpress. It's like I said, you're always gambling with AliExpress, but sometimes you get good stuff. And as honestly, at the end of the day, if the stuff you buy works and it doesn't instantly break, like, sure, there's probably better options out there, but you probably got it for dirt cheap and it's currently working, so do you really give a damn at that point? Not really. I have 2 white hoodies. One of them I got for $5 and is the most comfortable clothing. You have, and the other one is small, tight on the shoulders, and wide at the waist, and also $2 more expensive. Like I said, you never know what you're gonna get. It's always a gamble. Not necessarily as a bad thing. Always, because, you know, sometimes you win in gambling. Just usually the house wins. And with AliExpress, usually you're not in the winner's seat. You bought 6 cables and only one of them gives you super fast charge on your phone. They all look alike, by the way. Do you at least keep the good ones separated from the rest of the bad ones, or do you just gamble every time you open it? You just pick out a wire and you're like, I hope this is the good one. Keep trying them until each time until I found the good one. They're like, well, eventually I'll find the good one again, and then when I do, then I'll separate it. Or you do the psycho move, and you're like, alright, back into the pile you go, and you keep trying again. And it's a gamble every time. Ten of the 50k mobs killed for the week. Let's go. Two jugs of 50% HCl. What the? Why? Okay, step one, why do you have that if it's technically illegal? And why do you have it in two? You know, it's like, oh, I just have one. What the hell are you using it for? And why is it illegal where you live? I mean, I guess that is super dangerous to just have. It popped up to me to recommend it, so I had to buy this guy. It got taken down like a week later, but I still have the jugs. What the hell you doing with those jugs, you bozo? What liquefy glass? What the hell? Holy shit, that would be random as hell to do with that. And it's like, yeah, I bought this to just liquefy a hot dog. Why? Because I can. Okay. That's when you step far away from that person and you're like, alright, I never want to see that person in real life again. I'm scared they're gonna go psycho. What do you want this super corrosive acid for? To just melt glizzies. Oh, free will. Uh-huh. Yeah. America called. It wants its acid back. Made in China. Yeah, the plastic bottle was. Actually, how does that work with chemicals? Like, does it just say where the bottle's from on that thing? Or, like, do the people manufacturing the chemical stamp their stuff on that? I have no idea how that would work out. Well, jug, whatever it's in. It's a glass jug, or there's no way it's in glass. On the cap, it's saying made and filled in China. Wow, okay. They were on top of making sure you knew this was a Chinese product. Okay? If any problems arise, take it up with the Chinese government. Get fucked. If it was plastic, it would have been evaporated. Actually, very true. It would have just corroded through it if it was just made out of plastic. I didn't really think about that, okay? But I'm also not the person who has super dangerous chemicals just chilling. So, you know. Look at it. What other incriminating items are around in your household that you shouldn't have based on that sentence? Don't you have roommates? How have they never questioned any of the stuff you bought? If this stuff is illegal. I feel like if my roommate just came in with a bunch of illegal stuff one day, I'd be like, or even just kept buying stuff that's illegal, I'd be like, yo, dude, sure about this, you know? Like, I'd start questioning things. Be a little worried. Traditional Moroccan limestone dagger, okay. I pay the rent and cook the food. Yeah, okay, at that point, I'd just be like, you know what? You keep on doing what you want to do, baby. I'll keep on accepting the free boarding and food. Pop. A ball of rainbow glow in the dark yarn. Depending on the type of glow in the dark stuff, some of that stuff is super hazardous to your health. I doubt the yarn is, but I know some of that stuff has been in the past very dangerous. Also, if you ever have a lava lamp, for the love of God, don't drink the liquid in the lava lamp. That's radioactive. Sure. This is where you're serious about this, and I'm just like, why do you still have it then? Have you seen what happens with radioactive stuff? It usually never ends good for anybody involved. Ever. Whenever I knit something, I put a little rainbow circle. Jesus, okay. Alright, Mr. Psycho. You're really living up to the whole image I'm getting here of, you're gonna get a story made about you later and you murdered hundreds, if not thousands of people with your stuff. That's the reason why you have the acid. You gotta melt the evidence. Revealing all of this in a Twitch chat. I'll be in a documentary where these clues helped find the prime suspect. It's like as radioactive as a banana. Makes me sad that this is like the third most chain. Huh. Bananas are actually radioactive. Not enough to be a serious threat or anything, but they are. Actually radioactive. Huh. Today I learned. Not really something that people are like, oh yeah, your banana is radioactive. You don't really learn about that, honestly. Because as the health person, why the hell would you tell anybody? Rin skipping physics? Or just forgetting about this? To be honest, I don't think we ever talked about bananas and physics ever. I'm trying to remember all my physics class and any time a banana came up in it. Yeah, I'm not remembering bananas at all. Another quick... They have potassium. No, I would never would have guessed. Any other random quirks about the banana? Oh yeah, do you eat the banana skin or are you a person who doesn't eat the banana skin? 90% of the time people don't eat the banana skin, but there's been a few people who have said yes, they eat the banana skin. I'm always curious about that now. You don't eat the banana to begin with? Okay, well you know, you're the third option. You know, you can not like something but still end up eating it. Just, you know, it's like, not the best. You're in the category of, no, I won't eat that unless it's the last resort type of stuff. And even then, probably I'm skipping. You know, I haven't knitted anything in a while. Well, somebody's about to get some radiation poisoning. You can thank Rin for reminding him about that. Whoopsie doopsie. Sorry, unfortunate soul. Your future is about to go very poorly because VVB is involved in it. Last thing you made was a little beanie. How small are we talking about here? Like kid-sized or like just a snug fit on adult head? I've never been the biggest fan of wearing hats, to be honest. I had hats for a while, but I don't know. One of those half beanies? What the hell is a half beanie? Tell the Google! Can you tell I don't really wear hats and know much about hats too? Half beanies. The fuck's the difference between this and a normal beanie? Oh, I bet. Those are not beanies. That's a completely different thing. What are those even supposed to be used for normally? Or like, are they just a fashion statement, or did they have a purpose before becoming a fashion statement? Because like a beanie is used because shit's cold, we need to keep our head warm, thus beanie exist. What does a beret actually do? Yeah, but like, it's just to keep the sun out of your eye. Well, I mean, that's not really gonna keep the sun out of your eyes. You know, like usually something is made as a purpose. They were used in the military. And they still are to show ranks. Yeah, it's just weird though. Because it's like, you know, baseball cap was made for a purpose. The beret just made, like, what was its original purpose before it was used in military rank? Because I can't imagine that's a... They just invented this thing just for military ranks to show it off. Seems a little out there. It could just be a thing of like, oh, it's fashionable. Because it is French, and well, you know, things happen. Rainbow glow in the dark yarn. To glow in the dark with a rainbow. Okay? To knit some sick ass stuff so when your friend's tripping on some drugs, they really get fucked up when they see you glow in the dark. In all seriousness, a lot of stuff is just made with no actual initial purpose, but I just feel, I don't know. Yarn itself had a purpose, you know? Like, the yarn itself doesn't lose its purpose. You know what? I'll just make another beret. I want pics after it's done, VB. I want to see your knitting prowess at hand. Yeah, can you just level up to level 7 so we can be done with you? Nah, of course not. You only got yellow and white left. Main part yellow, outline white, you know? Little white accent to the end, to the bottom part. You learned a bunch of dumb skills in college so you could make money. I mean, knitting seemed like it's not the most useless thing in the world. Like, you can definitely use that for a lot of things. I think it was like 6th grade that we had like, not a knitting class, but a sewing class, because we had a bunch of sewing machines. I did that. It was pretty fun, honestly. Wasn't the most complex thing in the world, and it's pretty simple. I'd probably need a little refresher course to really do it with a quick YouTube tutorial, but it's not a useless skill by any means. You never know when you'll need to sew something randomly. I think the dumbest thing I ever did, well, not dumb, but just like things that I probably shouldn't have done, was blood donations. I get faint at the own side of my own blood, so doing blood donations probably not the brightest idea I've ever had. Nothing ever came from that. There's always free good. I always got pizza for free, so it was worth it in my mind. I never got any issues when I was donating blood, so I was like, yeah, free pizza. I don't see my blood. There's never been any issues. We'll keep doing it. You're into crochet, so you can sell people extremely overpriced sweatshirts. Look, if you got the supply and there's a demand, you can sell it for whatever you think they'll sell it for. And it's just the person buying it's fault for buying it at your price. Feel it's 300% the market value of what other people would sell it for? Not my fault. They wanted to buy it. I did the same thing with, like, gum. For some reason, I'd get, like, a pack of gum. And, like, the pack of gum itself would be, like, $1. And I'd sell each individual gum stick for, like, $1 each at school. And people would buy it. I thought they were stupid. Then eventually other people tried doing it. And then they banned it. But I made like $100 selling gum. Luckily I was in Casablanca back then. And people are open-minded, I guess. Yeah, open-minded to getting scammed. Huzzah! the baking business was the most profitable though. What the heck would you cook for people? Like cookies and stuff, or just random meals? Also, where the hell are you cooking this stuff from? Just your random, like, room that you were staying at for college and stuff? I want to call it university so badly. The hell would you cook for people? Like, what were they paying you for to cook? Cakes and some traditional stuff here. Alright, I could see it. You know, you're baking some cakes, making some quality goods. People are paying you for it because they're like, I can't do this. I want cake. And thus you sell cake. And other traditional meals and things. Yeah, I definitely don't know what that is. That's going to require a Google search. To even try to figure out what the hell that could be. Or made of. Food of the deer. Gazelle ankles. Interesting. Or foot of the deer. I misread what you said. I thought it was food of the deer. But it's foot of the deer. Did you enjoy that? I've never had it, so I can't really say anything about it. I don't know if I would like that or not. I'd have to try it just to see what it tastes like. I'm usually down to try most things. There's only been a few things like if somebody were to cook like actual bugs and be like, yeah, just eat this bug. That would be a rough sell for me, you know? It'd be hard to get me to try that one. There's been a bunch of other stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'd probably try it. It's notoriously hard to make. Why is it hard to make? Just the preparation and stuff needed to do it to make it good? Or is it just like, if you cook it poorly, it just tastes like shit? Wow, we're back to level 4. Let's go, little guy. Can you hit freaking level 7? You've had like 4 attempts now. It's a 20% chance. You need to make it with an almond pastry dough. The hell was that noise? There's been a bunch of random stuff going on outside today. It's so weird. If you overdo it, it's too soft. If you underdo it, it becomes crumbly. Ooh. So you need to know the exact amount to make it good. Instantly, step one. A rough time. Oops. The sugar needed for the filling is also extremely annoying to deal with. Let me guess, it like crystallizes itself if you heat it too much. Or something of that nature. I like to stop it at 160 Fahrenheit and then cool it over ice. Yep, it's exactly as I said. Well, not the cool it over ice part, but just the fact that it probably just disintegrates itself. It's just like, yep, it ruins it if you don't do this properly. Do it the wrong way, you may as well not have sugar at that point. And 60 Celsius. Yeah, 160 Celsius. I am not American. We don't work with Fahrenheit here, okay? I don't know the Fahrenheit conversions. I had to Google that to find out what that would be in Fahrenheit. That's apparently 320. Which is pretty standard. Like, a lot of stuff cooks. If anything, it cooks hotter than that in the ovens. So, nothing too crazy there. Also, cookies are such a profitable business. There's a reason why bakeries have so many desserts and stuff. Because while fancy looking, not the hardest thing to make, and definitely not the most expensive. Sold 3 cookies for 5 dirhams. That seems like you definitely didn't spend 5 dirhams to make 3 cookies in total. You probably made like a batch of 20. Or something like that. Only croissants and petit pain au chocolat. Guess it depends on like what you have available to you, right? Sorry about that. I don't know if I got to mute in time, but a little sneeze there. Like 20 dirhams worth of ingredients, you can make about 30 cookies. Yeah, you know, that's a nice little profit margin of return on investment, to say the least. I spend 20 dirhams, I sell 3 of my 30 cookies, and I make 5 dirhams back. What's that? You think I'm scamming you for your cookies? Well, then you make your own. Hmm? Yeah, I like that. There's also Selu and Amlu. Alright, that's another one I need to Google, because, not a damn clue what that could be, honestly. I don't even know if Googling that's going to give me in the right direction of what you're talking about. Let's see. Selu and Amlu food. Okay, some sort of Moroccan dip? No, that's argan oil. No, it does look like a dip in some of these images. Kind of like... Cello is like a paste made from nuts and oil. Do you eat it on like bread or something as like a kind of peanut butter, essentially? Or is it used for something different? Talking about peanut butter, I think I'm gonna have some peanut butter in a bit. Make myself a nice piece of bread with some peanut butter on it. Not that difficult to make, it's just very labor intensive. I guess you have to crush all of the like... Crush all the nuts and then just mix it with the oils and stuff. Thick, heavy paste. I see. What do you normally eat it with, then? Or what do you use it for? Amlu, on the other hand, is like a very runny peanut butter. Yeah, Amlu was the one I was looking at in the Google images. That's why I initially said peanut butter and stuff, because that's what that one looked like. And actually Google the opposite one that you said, the Selu. Argan oil and either almonds or peanuts. Argan oil is extremely expensive and hard to get, but some of your family members have an argan tree farm, so I've bought a liter off them. It's that rare, huh? Interesting. Is it just hard to grow the trees or something, or like just not a lot of the trees and not many people have the farms and such? And that's why it's just hard to get and expensive, because there's just a lack of it. Level up to 4. Trees are very scarce, need very specific conditions, and they give very little oil. Yeah, it sounds like a recipe for expensive and hard to come by ingredients. Bargain oil is like a cheat code. Is it just something you can slap into anything and just kind of like, yep. Kind of like how bacon is over here, where like you put bacon on almost anything and it just makes it taste better for a lot of people. It's good if you eat it, it's good if you put it on your skin or hair. Okay. That is not where I was expecting this sentence to go. Has almost no taste. That's interesting. Usually something like that you would expect it to have like a very distinct taste or something like that, but no taste. Interesting. Oh, I see. It's also very low in calories. Man, if only you could get more of it. If you guys could actually mass produce that stuff, I feel like it would probably replace olive oil / sunflower oils. But the fact that it's so scarce and hard to get, well, you know. Life's a little rough in that aspect then. If we mass produce that stuff, we'd be rich AF. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys could figure out the secret to mass producing that somehow, you guys would make a ton of bank off it. Okay, wild question. Have you ever tried drinking any of those oils, like, just straight out of the jug? Because I've heard some people do that, and I'm just like, what do you, like, why? Why is this a thing? What purpose does this serve? Like, I don't get it. Some people do that, and I'm just like, why is this a thing even? Like, how is this a thing? What psycho started this trend and was like, yep, this is a good idea? Yeah. I really don't get it. I wish I met somebody who did do that, just to ask them questions to be like, why do you do it? And like, does it taste good? Like, well, what's the reasoning behind this? Explain to me. As a non-believer, essentially. 600 dirhams for 1 liter, by the way. Holy shit. Why does the warning boss always appear while I'm replacing summons, by the way? Game, why you gotta do this to me? Where did he go? Aha. Well, I didn't mean that oil specifically, but have you ever drank any of the oils out of, like, the box and just been like, yep, I just like drinking it? Again, I feel like the answer is going to be the same for any of the other oils also, but who knows? Olive oil with some lemon juice. Okay, why do you do that? Does it taste good or something, or like what? I've never thought about drinking any type of oil with like, for any reason outside of using it for like cooking and like what usually it gets used for. Tastes like ass. Alright, that's still not explaining. It's healthy though. Is it really? That's wild to me. Okay, so how much is 600 dirhams Canadian? Curious about that. 600 dirham to CAD. How much does that oil cost? I went into AI mode. $228! It's the most expensive fucking oil I've ever seen in my life. For some cooking oil, essentially. Hundred milliliters of argan oil has 50% of your monthly intake of omega-9. Yeah, when you actually start looking at some of the stuff there, and you actually look and try to be healthy there, you come to realize that certain things have a lot of certain things that you're like, wow, I'm really over getting of this type of thing. Mostly sugars. When you actually look at how much sugar you have, depending on what you're drinking and eating, you get a fuck ton of sugar. Those energy drinks, yeah, those things are crazy, okay? When you look at the stats on them, that's some crazy stuff you're ingesting. I've never actually, well, that's not true. I've had Gatorade, so technically I've had energy drinks, I guess. I've been drinking 99% water for like 2 years now. I don't know. I just like the taste of water. I don't know what to say. Refreshing. It tastes... I mean, I can't really say it tastes much. It's water. Vervine with milk. The hell is Vervine? Vervine milk. Well, I would die. Step 1, I would die. I can't have milk, VVB. Lactose intolerant, but not quite lactose intolerant. Something to do specifically with milk that hasn't been cooked or anything. So like if you put milk in a recipe and you cook it, 90% of the time, no problem. I have a tablespoon of milk from a glass, like in quantity, like, you know, just you put milk in a glass and I'd have a tablespoon of that. Almost at the hospital. If not actually at the hospital, about to die. So, you know, I don't really fuck around with milk anymore with that in the non-cooked form. Or processed into cheese or like other things like that. I'm just racist towards white liquid. It didn't matter if it was chocolate milk. The same shit happened to me. It's not like Nesquik was randomly better for me than freaking normal white milk or the chocolate milk variant. I had soya. That's essentially what I had for my cereal all my life. Just a bunch of soya. Strawberry soya, chocolate soya. I can't remember what... I can't remember the kind that the white soya was, to be honest. Mostly had chocolate and the other kinds. You know, VVB, I'm amazed your internet's held out so much. I'm happy that your internet has improved since the start of me streaming and meeting you. You finally have internet that doesn't just cut out after like 20 minutes of existing. It must make it so much better for you when you play Frontier. In before Frontier still disconnects randomly. But that could also just be a Frontier issue, because let's be real, that game is not the most stable thing in the world. I cannot say that Frontier is a game I can call stable in any shape, way, or form. Great game. It's not very stable. Client's more likely to crash on you than anything else. So I like Verivine with hot milk, because once you drink it, you start getting the eepy weepies. A nice little drink it before bed. Make sure you have a good night rest. Oh yeah, have you ever heard of the channel Mr. Ballin? You know what, I'm just gonna give a link to it. Mr. Ballin. This guy. Alright, well, if you like horror stories of sorts, and crazy things that have happened in the world, this is a great channel for it. It's got a lot of interesting stories, and a lot of things that will make you question life, and a lot of things that will keep you up at night, and things that will make you be like, wow, am I happy I don't live in those parts of the world? And how people are terrifying. But yeah, it's a bunch of like, essentially horror theme stuff. And like murders and other crazy shit that's happened in our world. Most of the stories have bad endings. Not all of them, but most of them do have bad endings. I've been watching a bunch of his stuff. I don't know, he does good content. Even though the content is horrific at times and, like, very chilling. Put it lightly. Okay, we're back to level 5. Can we get to level 6? And then the mythical level 7. Can we hit level 7 with this guy? Last week he came close many times, and this week seems to be a similar repeat. But hopefully we can break past and actually become a level 7 solar to fragments. I don't think it's that much to ask for, I don't feel. Maybe I'm crazy. It's a purifying rune. Oh, we're up to level 6. Okay, okay. It's another 20% chance for him to hit level 7. I believe in you. Should probably use these. We only missed one today. It's pretty good for our track record. Usually we miss more than one, so pretty happy with that. Used up almost 10 of them today. Making good headway. Useless and useless. And level 7, level 7, level 7, level 7. Fuck. I just want a level 7 sword of fragments. Come on. Oh my, I got so excited there, but we're back to level 6. I forgot that we failed the level 7. Whatever. Another attempt, easily succeedable. It's 100% at this point, right? We failed enough times for it to be, like, mathematically unlikely that we fail again, right? Right? Sometimes you gotta get crazy to get some good RNG. And the final one for the VIP boosters of the day. Closing out of his day at 9 used out of 10. Could have used all 10 if I was actually on top of it, but we missed one. Not the end of the world, though. It's more than enough to keep this in line, because that means we only have 28 left to go in the current ones. And then I believe we have another 10 that we're gaining at one point in one of the check-ins next week, so as long as we just have those 10 to go when we get for that next check-in of 10, we will be more than enough on pace to complete all of them before they expire, and I become sad. Alright, alright. I believe in you, little guy. Come on, level 7, level 7, level 7, level 7. Let's fucking go! We did it! Holy moly, we finally hit a level 7. That means I get a new Mastery unlock on my Angelic Buster. Which I am extremely happy about, because that class, I just like unlocking the masteries because they make stuff look cool. Okay? I am a simple man. You change the animations and make stuff look better, I'm satisfied. I don't care for much for DPS and all those things. I like the looks of characters and how the style. That's a big thing about stuff for me. If I don't think my character looks good in some way, I'm probably not enjoying myself. It's a very simple thing to please me with. Seven more minutes on this XP round, and then we'll be done for the farming. Then we're going to go over my other character, get those 50 frags on it, spend them, be satisfied. At least one of these weeks has come out ahead on a nice little level 7. 2 minutes? Yeah, okay, that's fine to have an ad break. Yeah, 5 minutes left. Well, at least I've started. We've already got one of the octopus done for the week, though. Damn, that was quick. When one of them just finishes early in its life cycle instead of going the full distance, it goes pretty quick. And if I'm completely honest, I only care about 2 of them, realistically. The sword, one's like whatever. You know, I'm not going to be mad if it gets to 7, but at the same time, I don't really care if it gets to 7 kind of thing. I wonder how insane this event would have been if you could have just claimed each level, and as you level it up, you should get all the rewards. That would have been actually really nice. You would have made so many fragments and stuff every week. How many note stones have I made? 23. Ooh, that's going to be nice for my Corsair. Well, now a guy on the highway revving it up. You know, I'm really happy I've never actually heard any of the people going super fast on the highway actually crash. Because it's gonna happen one of these days. It's bound to happen eventually. But I'm just happy I haven't had it yet. Definitely doesn't sound healthy with the revving he's doing though. Jesus. That car not sounding too good there. Another symbol. We've gotten 2 of these symbols today. Okay, this little guy's going up. He's already level 5 at 3 attempts in. It's going well, it's going well. I can't complain. We'll see if this keeps up though, because you know, you can always start strong and then, well, nothing happens out of it and then just crash and burn at the end. But we have faith. Oh, I never got the XP amulet on. Well, whatever. More drop rate is more drop rate. Ideally, what I could do, though, is what do I get for 2 pieces of Golux? Not much. What about 2 pieces of this? That's pretty decent. Upgrade, little guy, you can do it. Ah, rip. The streak has ended. I think I'm going to be able to level up another skill, aren't I? I gotta go check what I need to level up next on my Cadena. Almost had a Kinesis. A kind of abomination of a class that I just try to make up. Kinesis. Oh boy. I'm gonna go check the Discord real quick. Rip music for a little bit here. Facts. Do hexamatrix order. We're at 15. Oh, it's 14-14 and then 15-15. I see. And then after these 2 get to 15, that goes 16. Goes 6 on the other skill. I see. So it's still leveling these 2 up. Okay, so we need 60 fragments for a level up, which is unfortunate because that's quite a bit. But we'll get there easily enough. Okay, well, we're back up to 5. Okay, that little guy's doing well. And that was the final upgrade attempt of the day. Let's go loot up the rest of the map while stuff's dying. Let's get all this looted here. There's another fragment, always good. While we're looting the map, let's complete these. Yes, obtain bonus symbols. Boom, that puts me at 50 fragments. So 10 more to go before the next level up. Is that 3 soul order per level yet? No, okay. Okay, and that's going to be everything looted here in a second. Another 2 node stones down here. Samurai Paragon. Hello, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's go back to town. We need to put into storage these. Where are they? Node stones, these fragments. Those things are good. Is there anything else I need to take out or anything? No. Oh, I also need to go to Arden Mill. Yes, I would like to go to Arden Mill. We're here to craft some small concentrated EXP pods. Do I have it learned right now? Probably not. Yeah, no, I don't have the recipe learned right now, so I gotta go in my recipe bag, which is over here. We pop this bad boy. Yes, I would like to learn it. We are missing hyssop flower oils to make more. So we need to go get some of those. I don't have that many of that. I have 17. What have you been up to, Samurai Paragon? How's your day been going, and what have you been doing? These black wings? So these came from a premium style surprise box. These wings tend to make their return at least once a year. It's usually from like September to December that they make their return, so I'm not sure if they're going to make it this year. But they usually have been returning pretty often. But the only, well, started playing Maplestory today? Okay. If you give me a second here, I can show you a close alternative that you can get through in-game that you could use. Just need to craft these potions real quick. Where's my recipe bag? I need to do this again, this. Craft. You're a returning player. Well, I feel like that's most Maplestory players, but it is a good clarification to have. Hello, I would like to spend on herb selector pouch and like 4, I guess, for now. I don't really care to buy that much. The most annoying thing in the world to do. Some more hyssop here just to have some in backup. Let me get this last alchemy thing here. God, this is so inconvenient to have to relearn the recipe every time I'm doing this. There we go. Alright, gives me a little bit of stock of that. Yeah, let me hop out of here. Pop these real quick. So yeah, for my specific wings that I have, they're from a premium style surprise box, which is the cash shop stuff. They're not up right now, obviously, but it would be in one of these right here, usually. The white wings are usually also in the same one. I have the white variation of the wings. Somewhere in here. I think they might be in my inventory right now. Or did I put them back on? No, they're right here. Yeah, they're called the Giant Bright Angel Wings, and the ones I'm currently wearing that are the black ones. Equivalent is the Giant Dark Devil Wings. So you can get, both of those are from premium style surprise boxes. But if you want an in-game version, if I go to my Cadena right here, real quick, to just show off. This character has a cape that you get in-game that you can do a quest line for. And you can get these red wings. So these are in-game. They're an actual pair of wings. They're called the Wings of Fate. Which requires you doing this whole quest line called Threads of Fate and like... let's see. Is there a way for me to look at my quest that I've completed? Let's see if I can find the first quest in here. Actually, I could just show it on another character. But yeah, you can get these wings in-game. And what you can do with these wings is you can anvil them onto other items. So an anvil is in the cash shop. And what essentially it would do is instead of using, let's say a cape cosmetic, let's say you upgrade your cape and you have better than your Wings of Fate. You can anvil them onto the new cape that you have and keep the look of the wings. But those, if we go into the cash shop, I don't actually know where they are in the cash shop, but the easiest way to find them would just be typing anvil like this. You can buy these fusion anvils, and as you can see, it allows you to take the stats and bonuses from one item and combine them with the appearance of another. So you take like whatever base item you have and you put the Wings of Fate on top of it, it would take the appearance of the Wings of Fate. And you can just use it on the capes and keep these wings if you would want them. This is an in-game version of them. Let me go show you the quest to start that. It's got a whole thing. I'd probably use a guide to like help you out with it, either video or written. What character guaranteed wouldn't have it done? This one for sure wouldn't have this event done, or this quest done. Let me go find the initial quest in the guide for you. It would be under... let's see, where are they called? Mushroom Shrine Tales Konoko's Request. So there's this whole Mushroom Shrine thing, and if you do this whole quest line and complete it, you get those wings. And then you can, like I said, anvil those onto other capes to keep the look. Obviously, you wouldn't be allowed to equip cosmetic cape. Like anything that would go in the outfit cape slot would overwrite it. But as long as you keep everything unequipped from this slot, you'd be able to wear it. So that's an in-game variation, outside of buying the premium style surprise boxes when those come around. Kinesis? There's something I wanted to know on Kinesis. Or was it both on Corsair? Oh yeah, no, it was AB for the... Let me go look at this here. I need to go to the FAQ and look at the Hexamatrix things. Alright, let's see. So we have unlocked... Well, first let's get the fragments out of the storage. We need these bad boys to be able to do anything. Okay, so we have unlocked this one with the Helixa Celestial Roar, this half and half thing. The next one you would unlock would be Hexa Trinity. Okay. So this just boosts my Trinity. So this is current Trinity before boost. This is new Trinity. Wow, that is really different looking. I was not expecting this to completely change like that much. That looks pretty cool. Well, that is a new mastery unlocked. And then from that... Oh, speaking of wings, there's the white wings. These are the giant white angel wings on my Android here. So that's what they look like for the white version. But like I said, that... I feel like it comes out around at least like once a year that these wings make their return, but I'm not sure. I haven't really been keeping up with the surprise boxes and all that much. Yeah, your Android can equip them also. Let's see. This character needs to go get the node stone, so let's hop out of here. There's one more thing I can show off with those sets. Actually, speaking about it, I'll show you off the last cool thing about those angel wings. Well, Dark Devil wings and angel wings. Two things that are cool about it after I do these node stones right here. Let's see. V-Matrix, enhance all the things. Yes, I don't care about what it's enhancing as long as it enhances stuff. This can get equipped. And this can get equipped. Now, the last thing I need to check is Siege Bomber. Do we have... Eight-leg Siege Bomber and Nautilus. Well, this thing is not it. Okay, but the last thing that is cool about that set... So they both have their respective sets. They're called the Dark Devil and like Angel set or something like that. And if you complete the entire set from the premium style surprise box, so in this case, oops, I have the Great Dark Devil Coat, the Giant Dark Devil Wings, Dark Devil Horns, Dark Devil Boots, and Dark Devil Gloves. If you have this full set together, you get this little like demon chick that follows you for the demon side, and then there's an angel equivalent that follows you if you're on the angel, have the angel set. But like I said, this only comes from the premium surprise style box, so until that comes around you can't get these, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But I find it pretty cool. But yeah, like if I take off a piece, she disappears. Put it back on, she's back. But yeah, I find this set pretty cool. I've always liked these giant wings, so I went pretty ham when the last time they came around, like 3 or 4 years ago. Alright, that is done. Just appearance. No buffs or anything like that. It's unfortunate that you can't get her to follow you by just like wearing one of the pieces, because I don't really like the chest piece that much, but you gotta use the full set to be able to get the demon chick. But I think that's going to be it for me for today for this stream. If you enjoy the content, give me a follow on Twitch. If you're watching on the YouTube side of things, give me a like and a sub. Thank you for the follow, Samurai Paragon. And I do have a Discord server if you want to be more connected. Here's the link on the Twitch side of things, and I'll go post that onto the YouTube side of things. There it is on the YouTube side of things. That's going to be it for me today. I'll be back tomorrow at my usual time of 3:30 or 4 p.m. EDT, which is Eastern Daylight Time. And we'll be playing some more Maplestory, and then moving into bossing, we'll be doing some Black Mage and other bosses. And to everybody watching right now, may your RNG be better than mine, and may you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye!